Hey guys, welcome back for episode 2 of my DIY home makeover series. Today we are doing an office makeover and I am painting an accent wall, building lots of furniture, and sharing a ton of home office decorating ideas to motivate and inspire you to tackle your own DIY makeover. Just a little warning, this video does get emotional. It is a meaningful project, so get your tissues ready. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another DIY room makeover. We already finished the entryway, as you can see. If you haven't watched that video yet, definitely make sure that you go watch it because that transformation was insane. I was so happy with it. But anyway, today we are working on Ashley's home office. Home office makeover coming up next. I am so excited about this one. This room is huge. It's so big. It has so much potential and I'm ready to get started. So we're gonna keep her desk and reuse it. So I'm just gonna push it to the side right now. And the first thing I'm gonna work on is this huge wall back here. I'm gonna turn it into an accent wall, of course. So before I could start painting, I did need to get Ashley's desk and all of her things moved to the side of the room. She also had some frames up on the wall that I needed to take down, and I just wanted to make sure that I didn't drip paint on anything and I had enough space to get this accent wall completed. But once those were all out of the way, I just started measuring where I was going to be putting my frog tape and getting that put up on the wall and also leveled out. I had this crazy idea to paint 2 different colors in layers on the wall and up onto the ceiling. I have no idea where I got this idea from. I did not have an inspiration picture. It was just a vision in my head. But when I was planning this office makeover, I just knew that I had to do something beautiful and unique in this space because Ashley spends so much time in here as a full-time teacher and a full-time student, and I really wanted this space to reflect her, and she is absolutely gorgeous and definitely one of a kind, so I knew I needed to do something special. Okay, so everything is taped off and level for the first coat of paint, and I am using the Valspar Signature Interior Paint and Primer in an eggshell finish, and the color is Desert Bone. If you missed the first video in this DIY home makeover series, the entryway makeover, then you may be a little bit confused about where I am at, but I just wanted to recap here. I did not buy this house. My husband and I do not own it. Our family is not moving into it. We didn't invest in it. It's not going to be a rental property or an Airbnb. It actually belongs to our friends Nick and Ashley. They are a married couple who recently sold their first home together and purchased and moved into this one. And when they made that move, they also wanted to transition from farmhouse decor and a farmhouse style, which was in their first home, into something more warm and cozy and inviting. So we kind of settled on a mid-century modern with a hint of transitional and industrial decor, and that's the vibe that we are going for throughout their house. So the goal with each of these room makeovers is to make the aesthetic as warm and inviting and as fun as possible. I do have to admit that I was pretty intimidated and a little anxious going into this makeover series. When Nick and Ashley first asked me to help them and I met with them and asked what their individual and their couple style felt like at this time, what their goals were and their vision for their home, it was a little bit unnerving because it is so different from my personal taste. If you have seen any of the videos I've filmed in my home or any of the makeovers, then you would know that I definitely lean more towards a modern farmhouse kind of transitional type of decor style with a cool tone neutral palette. That's what makes me feel the most comfortable and at home. So that is very different from what I am creating in Nick and Ashley's house, but it's a fun challenge and I was really excited even though I was really nervous, and so far I have been loving every space that we have made over and they have been loving it too, so that's always a plus. But I just wanted to share that in case you find that your own personal taste and style is evolving and you're feeling intimidated by that transition. Don't feel intimidated, it's totally normal. Just lean into it and feel empowered and confident to create spaces that you love that reflect who you are and where you're at in life. I've got the first color painted on, but this lighting is just not good. So I don't even know how even that coverage is. And I don't want to keep going, paint the second color if I need to do some touch-ups on this one. So I'm gonna come back in the morning and finish this up and then work on the rest of the room. Day 2, I'm so excited to finish this accent wall. I already have it all taped off. I made sure that the tape was measured properly and level, and I can just start putting on this second color. The second color is also the Valspar Signature Paint and Primer in an eggshell finish, and this one is called Naked Clay. It is much darker than the first color, and I'm so excited to see what it looks like on the wall. In the entryway makeover, I shared a little bit about Nick and Ashley's history as a couple, and specifically how Ashley helped Nick through active opioid addiction and into recovery, and he has now been sober in recovery for 4 years, which is just absolutely incredible. But I told you that Ashley had a story of her own, and if you wanted to hear that, to stay tuned for this video. So here we are, and she has given me permission to share some of her personal journey with you. So the reason why this home office was such a priority on this makeover list is because she spends so much of her time in here as both a full-time student and a full-time teacher. She's currently working on her doctorate, and we'll finish that up in May of 2022, which is right around the corner. She has been a teacher for a number of years now, but is currently an instructional coach for a local school district, working with kids and teachers for math. And as if that isn't inspirational enough on its own, she is also a breast cancer survivor. She was diagnosed in October of 2017 and faced a hard battle until she finished treatment in January of 2019 and has had clear scans ever since. Ashley has been dealt a tough hand, but she has never let that hold her back from chasing her dreams and living a full, purpose-filled life. She has walked through her journey with such grace and humility, strength and determination, and I admire that so much. She is a solid role model and enriches the lives of everyone that she interacts with just by being herself. So I was so grateful to have the opportunity to create this space for her and give back to her in some small way. You guys, how cool is this? Oh my gosh, obviously the paint is still drying in the center and I need to peel off the frog tape, but this is so cool looking. I can't believe I made that. Look at what just arrived, just in time too. I can't wait to unbox it and see what it looks like in this space. With Ashley having multiple emotional support animals and just her and Nick's lifestyle in general, I knew that we had to go with Ruggable for all of the area rugs around their home, and they have never owned them before, so I'm so excited to show them the magic of Ruggable. These are the best machine washable rugs. So this video is not sponsored by Ruggable, but I did want to share a little bit more about them just because I love their brand and their products so much. Ashley has 3 emotional support animals, 2 small dogs, and 1 cat who makes a ton of cameos throughout this makeover series because he is basically my supervisor. But when we were talking area rugs for this series, Nick and Ashley both expressed concern because any rugs or carpet that they've had in their previous homes have just not worked out the best with their pets, and so I knew I needed to introduce them to Ruggable. Ruggable makes machine washable, stain resistant area rugs without sacrificing comfort or design. I actually have one underneath our dining room table in my house and we love it so much. So I was really excited to be able to share this brand with Nick and Ashley, and I'm glad I did because it worked out so well in this space. This rug is absolute absolutely stunning, and it has worked out great with her animals. But once I got that rug laid down and her desk put back into place, I realized that I forgot to take off the painter's tape from the wall. So I went ahead and did that really quickly and filmed it for you because this is such a satisfying clip. If you've watched any of my other makeover videos, then you know that I rarely use painter's tape. I definitely just go super slow when I'm cutting in, and I'm not a messy painter to begin with, but for this I needed to use it, and anytime that I do have to use painter's tape, I love to use frog tape, which is this green tape here. I think that it is far superior to any other painter's tape, and it just creates the most crisp, satisfying paint lines that you could ever imagine. I've lost all daylight, so I have to be done for today, but look at how pretty this is. I am so happy with it. I'm so excited, and I really hope that Ashley loves it. That frog tape, though, is serious. You see this over here? This peeled off their paint and the paper layer of their drywall because of that frog tape, which is why you get such like crisp, clean lines with it. But I guess this is like builder grade flat paint, and it didn't hold up well with the frog tape. So I am going to get like a small can of that from Lowe's tomorrow and do some touch-ups. But other than that, those lines came out perfect, and I am so happy with it. Before I went home, I just wanted to set up this little corner over here. It's kind of like a little seating area, just another space that Ashley can take her laptop and work if she needs to. So I did pull this chair out of my oldest daughter Kinsley's bedroom. I recently did a makeover for her to open up her space and make it a bit more functional, and so we had this chair. We weren't going to be using it, so I brought it into Ashley's office, and that helps save some money on furniture in here. But then I also found that Studio McGee canvas on clearance for only $13 at Target, and then I just set up a basket with a little pillow and a throw blanket. This blanket was actually given to her by her radiation oncology center over Christmas while she was going through treatment, so it just added an extra special touch to this space. But now it is the next day, and I'm going to be building some bookshelves that I picked up from Target. So I have my husband Derek here with me. He's bringing in these heavy boxes, and then we are going to unbox all of the materials and get these bookshelves put together. They were pretty affordable, only like $120 or $140 per bookshelf, and I definitely think that they were worth the money because the quality is absolutely beautiful and they were so easy to put together. While I work on these bookshelves, I wanted to take a minute to talk to you guys about how I budget for these projects. I always title these videos DIY Makeover on a Budget, and there's a huge misconception that on a budget means that you are spending no money or very little money, and that is just not the case. Being on a budget simply means that you have a plan for how you are going to spend your money. So I do always plan things out. I think about what furniture pieces and decor pieces I'm going to need. I do a ton of research, and I come up with what I think will be a realistic budget to get that project done. Now, sometimes it is a very low budget and I'm able to complete the project immediately. And other times I need to plan way in advance, save up money over time, and I need to look for creative ways to cut costs. Some of my favorite ways to cut costs are to shop my home first and foremost, and then anything that I don't already have, I will turn to Facebook Marketplace for any furniture finds. I love to shop clearance, secondhand, and thrift stores, and I try to DIY absolutely everything. We've got both of the shelves all assembled, and they are gorgeous. so sturdy, and honestly, these were the easiest piece of furniture to assemble ever. I don't think I've ever assembled anything from a store that was as easy as these. So 10 out of 10, definitely recommend if you are looking for some shelves like this. But now we're just going to get them into Ashley's office and start working on styling them. At this point, I was just so excited to start bringing this space together. I had a bunch of decor pieces that I had been slowly picking up from Target over the weeks leading up to doing this project, and I was really excited to style these shelves. Now, sometimes shelves like this, open shelving or ladder shelves, can be very difficult. If you have been around for a while, you know that I have a ladder shelf in my house next to my fireplace, and that thing has given me so much trouble over the years trying to find my groove in styling it for any season or holiday, but I feel like I have finally figured it out, and the trick is to just keep it minimal. Don't overdo it, don't try too hard, don't do too much, just keep it minimal, intentional, and balanced. So that's what you're going to see me doing through both of these bookshelves, trying to make sure that things are intentionally placed, that they are as balanced as possible, and just leaving a few items on each shelf. Once I had these shelves how I wanted them, I moved on to hanging curtains. I changed out the curtain rod, hung up a few panels, and I thought that I was filming that, but I did not realize that my memory card had filled up and my camera turned off, so I had no footage of it, but this is what it looked like with the curtains up. And now it is the next day, and this is going to be the last thing that I add to this space. I wanted to do something really special for Ashley, so I came up with an idea to create this gallery wall with messages from her family, and I wanted it to serve as kind of like a ray of sunshine that would push her through the toughest days and validate her best ones. To frame these messages, I ordered some 12 by 12 black frames with an ivory mat from Golden State Art, and when these frames came in, the quality is just beautiful, and they all came in intact, no damages during shipping. So I reached out to Golden State Art and asked if they would be willing to offer a discount code to my viewers and subscribers, and they so generously offered a 20% off coupon code. So you can save 20% off of the already discounted prices at Golden State Art when you use code LOVING20 at checkout. So I will leave a link to their website and the coupon code down in my description box. It is not an affiliate link, and this is not a commission code. It is just a 20% coupon to you to say thank you for supporting me and my channel. But while I work on framing these messages, I did want to share one of them with you because it moved me so much. I really enjoyed gaining some insight into the type of love that Ashley is surrounded by in her life and how the people closest to her perceive her, and I think that her mother's words truly speak to Ashley's character and the type of person that she is. So her mother said, "Ashley, as you have grown, so too has my pride and admiration for you. As an educator, you stepped out of my shadow and shown others your talents and ability to be an advocate for teachers and students. As a woman, you are gentle and kind and caring and sensitive, but also brave and strong and persevere through all the challenges that you have faced. As my daughter, we have wonderful memories of our travels, our talks, and our family times. You are and always will be God's blessing to me. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice, but no matter how many times I try to re-record this voiceover, I cannot read that message to myself or out loud without getting choked up. It is just absolutely beautiful, and I feel so blessed to have been given the opportunity to create this space for Ashley. But that is going to finish up in this room, and now I am going to show you some before shots just to remind you what this space looked like before I started on the project, and then show you after and how it looks now. And I hope that you all love it just as much as I do, and that you feel inspired by it to create a space just for you in your own home. So this is how Ashley's office turned out, and I love it, and so does she. I worked really hard to make sure that this space embodied her and was a comfortable, cozy area for her to work in, but also a personal retreat, somewhere that she could enjoy and that was truly reflective of who she is, where she's come from, and where she's going. And I definitely think that I was able to accomplish that. I hope that you all enjoyed seeing the process and that it inspired you to tackle your own DIY project, your own room makeover, or just provided you with some entertainment today. Thank you so much for being here, for coming on this journey with us. Make sure that you are subscribed and you've got your notification bell turned on, because I have plenty more DIY room makeovers coming your way. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next one.